everybody, in this video we're going to talk about how to use substitution to solve the system. The first thing we want to do is isolate one variable in one of the equations. I see that I can isolate this y fairly easily. And I can do that by adding 3 to both sides of this bottom equation. So I get y equals 13 plus 3x. Right? Now what I can do once I isolate this variable, I can now plug in y into this other equation. So that would look like 2x plus 5 times y, but I know y is 13 plus 3x. And that's equal to -3. Now I have one equation here and one variable that I need to solve for, which is x. So I can distribute the 5 through, and I'll end up getting 2x plus 15x plus 65 equals -3. I end up getting 17x plus 65 equals -3 after combining like terms. Now let's go ahead and subtract 65 from both sides, so I get 17x equals -68, and then divide by 17, and I get x equals -4. So this means that the x value where these two lines meet is at -4. But what is my y value? What is the point where these lines intersect? I can find my y value by plugging in x into this equation that where I solve for y. So y is going to equal 13 plus 3 times -4, or 3 times x. So y ends up being 13 minus 12, so y equals 1. So the point at which these two linear equations, or these two lines, intersect is at -4 and 1. And that is our solution to this system. And sometimes we're given a system of equations where we already have our y solved for. Here's our y. It's already solved for, right? Y equals 3x minus 11. So I can go ahead and plug in 3x minus 11 into this y in the second equation. So that ends up looking like 4x plus 3 times y, which we know is also needs to be equal to 3x minus 11, and that's got to equal 6. After some solving, or some simplifying, we get 4x plus 9x minus 33. Think, what did she do to get to this point? I distributed that 3 in. So we'll end up getting 13x minus 33 equals 6. Add 33 and divide by 13, we end up getting x equals 3. So the x value where these two lines meet is at 3. We find our y value by plugging in this x into this equation here. So we get y equals 3 times 3 minus 11, which is y equals 9 minus 11, or y equals -2. So the y value where these two lines meet is at -2. The point where they meet will be at 3 and -2. And that is how you solve a system of linear equations using substitution.